Welcome back. Fast Draw certainly has a cast of characters with names just as unique as their personalities. We caught up with two national competitors with very different and very distinct backgrounds. Our first shooter is Japanese-American named Sundowner, who's been competing for more than 50 years.
I was watching a movie, The Sundowners, with Robert Mitchum. It was about Australia, about the sheep, and his horse named the Sundowner. So I'm sitting there wondering what kind of name a club could have, so I said Sundowner. So that's how it started. Now, the club that I got is called the Sundowners, so I took Sundowner. So that's who I am, the Sundowner. I think one of the things that really made me get attracted to this was a type of guns, the single action Colts. When you look around at our sport and any place you go in Cowboy Fast Draw, they're dressed up in period clothes. And this kind of tells you the kind of weapons we use, the guns, the holsters, the dress, and it all brings it back to the 1800s. We had a different shooting style and everything in the 50s. This is much more like what it used to be in the 50s or in the 1800s. It emulates more of the 1800 period type shooting. I'm well past 75, so I don't know. As long as I can put on my boots, I guess. This is my main sport.
Now, Sundowner's real name is George Narasaki, but our next competitor was so deep into character, he refused to tell us his real name. Meet Curly Calhoun.
I'm Curly Calhoun. I come from the Idaho territory. I've been shooting Cowboy Fast Draw since 2004. Each alias has its own little ambiance to it, and that character pops up. So you get a little flavor of the Old West, a little of the New West, and a whole lot of fun in between. The guy who dresses all normal and everything else has a real normal job, so obviously Curly Calhoun has nothing to do with being normal. Last thing he wants to do is fit into any kind of groove. Back in 2007, I won the Colorado State Championship. It was the first time that state had a championship, and I got to compete against some of the top guys in the world again. Every one of these matches are like that. The winner is the champion. We have some shooting sports, but what holds me with it is that we're competing with men, women, and children. We have an instructional course that we start them off young and go ahead and go from there, so 8 to 98. The funnest part is that you get to see so many people from across the country. We all gather together at all these major events like this, the state, territorial, national championships, and it all accumulates with the world championships. So we get to see everybody a couple times a year. It's like a big reunion. You can take your wife with you, and she enjoys it as much as you do, and to visit with it, to be able to get dressed up and just have a good time.
We've met Curly Calhoun and we've met Sundowner, but there are plenty of other great names around Mitchell. The stories behind the names are next.